Hey, welcome to the ElkShape YouTube channel. So, I'm gonna have to do this video, which is fine, but I'm gonna do it proper. We had a producer for the channel leave. The title producer is the one that I gave him. He exited, and super stoked for him. Believe he left on good terms, was my understanding. And then recently we've had a flood of comments that on our channel talking about his departure, and basically some of the nastiest comments I've ever gotten about me being kind of a dirtbag, kind of greedy or whatever. So I was like, I need to go watch this video. And because I do YouTube and I love YouTube, I know that it would be probably cool to do a reaction video and to watch it for the first time. I'm gonna watch it for the first time right now. Here we go. I'm gonna use QuickTime, new screen recording, full screen, record, and go to Tim's YouTube channel. And the name of the video is Why I Am Leaving ElkShape. So that's smart on him. That's a good title. That's gonna get people to click. Thumbnail looks good too. It could be titled differently if he didn't want to get views, like I'm doing my own thing, or titled I'm breaking away, but using basically my name, ElkShape, and that's smart. And that's kind of like the secrets behind YouTube as far as this click-through rate is a stat you want to study, and you want to have a click-through rate that has a good percentage so that people click it because they like the thumbnail or the title, it's intriguing, and then you got to hook them within the first 10, 20, 30 seconds to keep them on board. If your video does that, the algorithm rewards you and it will pump your content out in more people's eyeballs, and then you'll get more views. So, and by the way, today's video, I'm going full transparency, open book. I'm gonna tell you anything and everything I need to based on what this video says, and that's how I roll. So we got an intro. We got Tim ordering coffee with almond milk. Bro, just black. Good, I love the 80s music, driving, establishing the scene, and he's got awesome drone footage, top down. This is all stuff that Tim's basically taught me. The guy's super smart, wicked. Archery, he's come a long ways in archery. It's been cool to see.
I left the ElkShape YouTube channel basically just to be here, to pursue my own thing. I want to talk to you about the future and kind of give a little context of where I was at, where I'm going, and what's good for 2023. If we're to roll back the clock, make that a little noise, roll back the clock. Dan and I started doing ElkShape YouTube together about 3 years ago. Basically, we just had a handshake agreement saying that we were going to do YouTube together 50-50 and just make videos. And that's where we went. We got to work. We did a lot of work. And I was really proud of what we were able to accomplish over our time together. We took the YouTube channel from about 10,000 subscribers to 80,000 subscribers. Our best months had over 1 million views. It was a great experience. Worked with a lot of cool people, had a lot of great memories. As it got down the road, and it just got to a point that we should formalize our agreement. Started with a handshake, and that's cool. I think that's how a lot of small businesses or ideas start together. And we had a lot of conversations about what having a more formal agreement would look like. And basically, after some really long...
I'm really surprised that when he's saying giving you guys context. I don't know if you need to fill people in on the context of our business dealings when you could have started the video by just saying, hey, I'm no longer doing ElkShape. I decided, which he did, I'm gonna do my own thing, and here it is. Here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what you're gonna see. Giving context, I think it raises eyebrows, and he's being very vague here. I don't think he's being disingenuous. That's not Tim. But I think this is gonna raise eyebrows, which is starting to make sense why I'm seeing comments like, Dan, handshake deal, you're greedy. You didn't keep your word. I will break this down here in a second. I'm going to see what else he's saying as far as his context.
Long, respectful conversations. We just came to the conclusion, or I came to the conclusion, that there wasn't really a good path forward together with a true 50-50 YouTube agreement partnership. It was a really hard decision to make. These things aren't easy. It took a lot of thought, and just led me to a place that I just didn't see a good, clear way we could do that together. So I decided to break off on my own, and
that's where you should have started the video, in my opinion, Tim. I just started to break off on my own. But because you did go and give context, I think it's only fair that I add context to this. So 3 years ago, I was about 15,000 subscribers. Been doing YouTube since 2008. Made a channel, sold that channel as part of a different business, and then started ElkShape YouTube in 2013, going solo. I think I brought Josh Jones into the mix around 2016. And towards the end of 2016, I started my podcast. In 2019, I started doing ElkShape camps, and I've had actual sponsorships for over 10 years. And so when Tim came into the scene in 2019, I'd already had was doing ElkShape camps. I was doing a podcast. I had sponsors for the podcast, sponsors for the camp, sponsors for hunting, and he wanted to help me with the YouTube. And dude, did he ever help. He's so talented. And as you guys all know, I want to just get down to the 50-50 agreement. In 2019, Tim approached me and said, I want to work with you on this channel. And we both agreed on a 60-40 split. And that would be from the YouTube ad revenue. And I was already monetizing. So I was like, that sounds great. And he brought up 60-40, 60 me, 40 Tim. And about a week later, he called me and said, hey, I actually was thinking that we should do 50-50. And I said, I remember saying this like it was yesterday, no problem. I'm not greedy. I want you to feel like you're well taken care of. I think you're worth it. And that was that. That was the handshake agreement. The agreement being that he is essentially a 1099. So if you guys are ever a contractor for anyone, you'll fill out a W-9, and then your employment is not, you're not an employee, but the work you do, you'll get a 1099 at the end of the year. There's no taxes taken out of it. It's up to you to pay the government based on that money. And so Tim has been a 1099 since 2019. There was never a written document or partnership. He would not come and be like, hey, I want to be 50% owner of ElkShape. He's not helping me with my camps. He's not helping me with my podcast. He's not helping me with deliverables for companies that sponsor you. He is here to help me with this channel and make the production quality better and increase the storytelling. And in return, I am going to pay him 50% of all ad revenue, which is nice because as we grow, so will his paycheck, which it did. Fast forward, what started all this was not too long ago, I approached him and said, look, man, I want you to work more for ElkShape to help me out with the podcast and social media and deliverables with companies. And let's look at bringing you on board. Like, I know you say I can't hire you, you're an entrepreneur, but like, seriously, let me hire you. And he came to me and said, the only way it would work is if I was part owner of ElkShape, not the YouTube channel, of ElkShape. And I said, okay, let's sit down. I showed him my profit and loss statements for the last 12 months. He did his own business valuation, and he proposed that he come in at 20% owner, which is a pretty big ask. He already runs his own deal, golf stuff. And, I just didn't feel like he was going to be able to roll up his sleeves and actually put any more hours. I was interested in having him come on board if he could take work off my plate so I could spend more time with my family. That's truly what I was looking for. And I wanted to also incentivize him coming into a business, buying your way into a business. I didn't like it. I didn't have a good feeling about it. I talked to several business mentors. They just said, it doesn't make sense. And they gave me some good ideas. So I came to Tim and I said, all right, I don't really want to bring on another owner. But what I do want is to hire you, and I want to offer you 20% profit sharing at the end of the year for all your work, whatever your roles and responsibilities could be, with creative direction, helping me hire, helping me just do good things. I feel like that was a great offer. So I continued to give him 50% of all ad revenue off YouTube and 20% profit sharing to come on board officially and work. I've never offered anyone that kind of deal. And I just told them, as far as the YouTube partnership goes, it is a handshake. You're a contractor. You're not an owner of anything ElkShape. ElkShape's trademarked. ElkShape is an LLC. I've been doing it since 2013. YouTube's one of the platforms I do. You just happen to be really good at it, and I want to keep you on board. Tim thought it over, called me the next day and said, you know what? I'm going to decline your offer of continuing with ElkShape, 50% ad revenue and 20% profit sharing at the end of the year, and I'm going to go do my own thing. That's where it ended. And so I didn't know he was going to make this video, and I think realistically we could have done this video together to show people that, hey, this is what happened. This is where we're going. And I think we could have given you a parade party, hey, here's Tim's channel. Tim's sitting right next to me. Put it on the bigger channel. Go subscribe to him. Stay here too. that didn't happen, and it's unfortunate, and it is what it is.
And here I am today. I'm looking forward to the future. I am excited to continue to make fun videos that you have fun watching, but also I have fun making. I got two questions here. I'll combine them into one. One says, are you still training for Takedown Dan? And are you still going to take down Dan at TAC? A running thing we had going was I was always practicing to take down Dan. All that simply meant was I'm trying to get better with my bow, so I would win at one of our local 3D archery events. So what I would say for that is I'm going to keep shooting my bow. The ball is definitely in his court. If he wants to go to TAC and do that, it would be cool to do that though.
So we are going to TAC. I make special early on arrangements to get the extra tickets for our subs to shoot with us. We do not have plans to bring Tim. He's doing his own channel. I think he should do his own thing, but that's a tradition that we're going to stick with. And all that really did is open up the door for us to shoot with 2 subscribers a day versus 1. I think that would be better. And it's, again, no hard feelings to Tim, but I'm making the decision. I would rather shoot with more subscribers. If he has his own channel and he's doing archery things, he should do his own things too. Taking down Dan, I always kind of grimaced at it because I'm not that good at archery. I try hard and I come across as like an intense guy because I really am intense about elk hunting, and I'm very intentional about working really hard and controlling what I can control. I always kind of snickered when Tim would say take down Dan, but don't get it twisted. That dude got so much better in the last 3 years at archery to where he could potentially take me down. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not that good. I found out many a times shooting against really good archers that I'm pretty much average, but I better try hard to stay average. So sorry, no, we're not going to bring Tim to TAC, but we are going to give away TAC, but we're just going to shoot with more subs.
Maybe burn production stuff, and dude, I wanted to hit the real.
That's as much as I'm probably going to watch or comment on. But guys, I will say that, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Tim's awesome as a human being, first and foremost. Nothing but respect for him. He's very intelligent, hardworking, and disciplined. And those are things that I like to surround myself with people like that. I think he'll crush it. I think he'll do great. I think he also has a huge opportunity to bring some of his golf knowledge into YouTube. I hope he does that. And we wish him nothing but success, but we are moving forward. We have a new guy to introduce you guys coming soon. We also have Jake, and then we'll continue to do these collabs and learn from people and travel around and make awesome, entertaining, educational videos. And for me, this is humbling. You know, this is very humbling to see someone like Tim fly out of the nest on their own and do their own thing. And also makes me smile. I do think the context part was important, that we addressed this and did this video proper. And for all you that love us, hate us, love to hate us, hey, united, not divided. There's very few number of hunters and even smaller number of archers. We got to stay connected. We got to stay in the same team. And I think that's our take-home message for 2023 is united, not divided. Always be tinkering, pursuing perfection in something that cannot be perfected, archery. God bless you all. We'll catch you on the next one.